Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Aja and we have to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17. This has so far been one of the best seasons in a very, very long time. Real Housewives of Atlanta is one of them shows where it's like, you know what, even if we going downhill, we're gonna go downhill together. Okay, I'm gonna get up on your back and we're gonna roll down that hill together. Okay, I'm gonna stick beside her. So I've been sticking beside her through these tough times. Okay, these last couple seasons, nothing burgers. Okay, absolutely. You bit into it and it was air. It was nothing. This season has me excited, okay? Has me ready to just like, I'm anticipating every Sunday. Last season, it was dreadful, okay? I don't even think I watched, I think I would binge sometimes. I wouldn't even watch them weekly because, like, girl, who cares? Before we continue, make sure you subscribe and like this video and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I drop a new video. Back to Real Housewives. While this video is not like a completely positive video, and that's why I wanted to say all the positive things, okay? And even though I feel like some of these people maybe should not be on the show, I can't deny that this season, like I just said, has been really good unexpectedly. So, you know, I guess you if the season is still good and we still talking about them, I mean, like, okay, they giving something. They gotta be giving something. This season of Real Housewives, we have two new peach holders, completely new to the show, okay? We have Pinky, the vegan, what is a slutty vegan, and she's a vegan business owner, and she is a mother, she's a wife, and we also have K. Michelle. Now, K. Michelle is somebody that, you know, we know if we watch reality TV, if you've been watching reality TV the past 10, 15 years, you know who K. Michelle is. She was on Love and Hip Hop. She is a country artist. She is an R&B artist. She has created some, you know, very memeable moments. Oh, she's shaking the table. Like, come on now. Come on now. With K. Michelle being who she is, being in the industry, not just the reality TV industry, but the music industry for as long as she has, I feel like these girls didn't really give her the new girl treatment that they would give a normal girl, okay? That they giving Pinky, okay? If Pinky acted the same way K. Michelle did, the reactions will be completely different, and I stand by that, okay? Even seeing how Pinky was treated when they were calling her aggressive, and I may be too woke, but I think a lot of how they are treating her and probably how other people and women treat her has a lot to do with how she presents. She has a bald head, and I think that just that one thing will change people's perception of you. And then when people's perception is changed of you, then they treat you how they perceive that type of person should be treated, or they assume that you fit like whatever archetype that they've created in their head. But if the roles were switched, if it was Freaky Friday, that's not a good. If the roles were switched, the reactions would be completely different, and I feel like that is shown by how these two women are being treated by the group, just like right now. That hazing stuff, I already don't like that hazing stuff, and I don't feel like that should happen to any of the housewives unless it's like fun, lighthearted, you're in on the joke type of shit, which it hardly ever is. I don't like it. So I feel like all the women should come in and be treated like K. Michelle has been treated. And I think that would be fair, but that's just not how it is. Usually the new girls come in and they give them a hard time. Because K. Michelle is who she is and she's been known, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the girls know her, it's no way they were gonna treat her like they treat the other girls, which, you know, is like unfair, frankly. Speaking of K. Michelle, let's talk about it. What's wrong with K. Michelle? Can anybody give me an answer? We don't have that much time. YouTube don't have that much Wi-Fi and space and gigabytes to talk about all of those things. But let's just focus on a few things that we actually see, because you know what, with these shows, we're just getting the edited version. Okay, you have to realize this is TV. We're not getting everything, but from what we've gotten, and because K Michelle has been on TV for a long time, we've gotten a lot. You know, there's a lot of history there. And I want to start off with her marriage. If you did not know, they were auditioning, or maybe not auditioning is not the right word, but before they were actually filming for the show, the producers vet you, they meet your family, they meet people in your life, and they met this man, and he was what, an ex professional athlete. And they met him, producers liked him, and they even thought that they would probably catch a proposal for this new season with their new housewife K Michelle. Like, those are those hot ticket moments, those moments that get a lot of viewers, is a proposal, a wedding. So they were thinking that this is, you know, they're gonna have some hot shit. When the show starts, about 3-4 weeks after they met this man, they like this man, and they're like, okay, sign them up, sign them up. She pops up with a husband, this man that we meet on the show. And the man that we meet on the show is someone that she's known since she was a child. Well, she's explained that on the show, and that they've been on and off for 10 years, and she wanted to get married, and he was dragging his feet, and she coerced. She said that she was dating that other guy to let him know that she was serious. Before that other guy, I believe she was on Queen's Court. And Queen's Court is a love show. And 3 women going to find a man. And so she's been doing things for years, in her words, to let him know that she's serious and she wants to get married. And if he won't do it, someone else will. Which is true. For sure. Yes, if this nigga don't marry you, he don't want to marry you, another nigga for sure will. But to play these games just to get him to marry you, it's a lot. You jumping through hoops just so this nigga can marry you begrudgingly. I seen the video of him when they signing the papers at the county, at the hall, wherever you go to sign a marriage license. I don't know. He looked like he had a gun to his head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would never want to have to do such drastic things in order for a man to see my worth and see my value. Oh, because other men do? Because these men see it. Now you see it. No, no. And I feel like that goes into who she is at this moment. She is insecure, and it's she wears her insecurity on her sleeve, on her face, on her chest, on her head, it's everywhere, on that ass. When you start a marriage like that, maybe it's not affecting the marriage right now, but it has to affect how you see yourself. It has to. I can't see it any other way. So she's coming on the show, and maybe she felt more pressure, even more pressure, because she was going to be a housewife, even though, like, that is the title, but, like, it doesn't really mean you have to be a wife or have a house. That maybe put more pressure on her. Maybe that put more pressure on him. Maybe it's like, hey, I have this opportunity. Is you going to do it or what? But even having to do all of that is like, no, that man should be walking behind you on all fours, begging you to marry him. That's ideally, that's what you want. If not, I don't want nothing else. If he not dragging on them knees, on the bare knees, on the hardwood floor, if he's not and panting behind me, I don't want it. Don't want it. Keep it. The next thing that I want to talk about that I feel like is a big factor in how she's navigating this is a new job. This is a new occupation. Okay, this new occupation, this new group of friends. I mean, that's what we want. Essentially, we want the girls to be friends. We want there to be some, some real relationships there with history. That's what makes the show good. However, K Michelle says this is her first girls trip, and kind of implies that she doesn't have a lot of women friends, which sucks. Like, that makes me feel so bad when women say stuff like that. Like, Pinky said something very similar. It makes me feel sad. It's like, aw, you be trying to be one of them? Aw, poor baby. Because they'll never accept you. Like, you'll never be one of the guys, truly. You'll never be. Okay, you won't. I can see how maybe she doesn't know how to navigate these situations. I can see how maybe she doesn't even know how to have a true friend, how to be a true friend, how to see when women want to be a true friend to her. um I just when you don't, when you're in your 40s, your 30s, and you're saying you don't have any women friends, male or female, that is an issue. Like, I feel like that's a big issue, and you're missing something in your life. That's that's companionship. That's the non-romantic companionship. And everybody needs non-romantic companionship. Relying on that one person to be your everything is the worst. Never do that. And I also think that a lot of times the girls that are like, I don't have girlfriends, they inherently think that all women are either jealous of them or trying to take them down in some way. And I definitely feel like K Michelle is like on her tiptoes, and just very guarded, and just looking for things because that's how she already feels that women may be. And maybe it's like a misconception, or maybe she's had some rough relationships on Love and Hip Hop, sure. We gotta heal from stuff like that. We can't carry that shit around with us for 10, 12 years. Okay, go see the lady. Go see the lady. Don't Atlanta, Real House of Atlanta got that little short, light-skinned man with the glasses? Go see somebody with licenses and certifications and diplomas framed on the wall, please. The next thing I want to talk about with K Michelle is her seeing things in a way that not most people see them. The first instance I want to talk about is when K Michelle was talking about her leaking from her butt at the country music award, at the award show. When she was talking to the group, and she was explaining about the liquid, and Portia said, "Girl, you had no." And K Michelle didn't say nothing in that moment. She was like, "Nah, it was XYZ, whatever, whatever." And just like continued to talk. But then in the confessional, she thought that Portia was taking a jab at her. Yes, Portia did kind of just blurt it out, but I don't understand how that would be something to take a jab at K Michelle about. And also, they were in a group. It wasn't just them, but it was a small group. It wasn't like they were in a restaurant and she said that. So I feel like the context matters, definitely. Portia can definitely be, up in the clouds for sure. The way K Michelle took it made me really sure in the fact that she has all the guards up possible, and she is taking everything that can be taken as an attack or a slight as one. And there's no question about it. Another problem that K Michelle has is that she doesn't speak up in the moment. I don't know if she's nervous, or if she's anxious and it's hard for her to speak up in the moment, but then she goes back and formulates her thoughts, but does them in the confessionals. On this trip, we've had a good 3-episode trip. Okay, they fed the fuck out of us with this. How many trips do we get this many episodes on, and good episodes? Like, it was shit happening every episode. You're on a trip with these women, so it's not like y'all have a interaction and you go home and then you think about it. It's no, you're on a trip, you're in the same house as these women. If something is bothering you, and maybe you didn't have it at the moment, but you have it now and you've gathered it now, spit that shit out. Why is you on your phone tweeting? Next thing I want to talk about is the whole Drew's black, that whole black situation. All Drew said was that, you guys know each other, right? And what K Michelle did was take that and turned it into her trying to associate her with a man that Drew is dating, not dating. It would be no reason for Drew to make it seem like K Michelle and Black have anything going on. It was such an innocent, even more innocent than the miscarriage thing. It was a very innocent thing because they did seem familiar when they had that dinner, the first dinner on the first episode. They seemed familiar. She was like, hello again, or something to that nature. And then, though she's making this big deal and saying, I don't know that man, she is also telling us, yeah, I know that man. We DM each other. Because she's DMing him back. It's not just like he's talking to himself the whole time. Maybe he sent 4 or 5 to himself. That niggas be doing that. But girl, you was responding to him. And y'all have some type of camaraderie. And Drew even says, y'all are both in the music industry. Hey, Michelle, anything that's coming up, I really do believe that she believes that these are attacks on her and these women are trying to break her down for the sake of TV. And that's, girl, we not on Potomac. Girl, this last thing that I want to talk about that took up so much of this episode, took up so much of the plot, my God, is this whole rumor that K Michelle has funky lady parts. I want to first say, I do kind of remember this being a thing on the internet again, like a decade ago. Very slight, very like a blip, okay? If she would have never said that on this show, I would have never remembered. I don't think people that's watching Real Housewives that don't know what she's talking about would have never known that this was ever a rumor. Trying to neutralize it and do this whole, what I think she's been trying to do, that B Rabbit 8 Mile thing, whereas I am white, I am a fucking bum, I do live in a trailer with my mom, I do have a friend named Cheddar Bob that shoots herself in. Like, she's trying to put her shit out there on Front Street and talk about it herself so nobody talks about it. But the thing is, nobody was talking about it. So it kind of looks and feels like she just brought this on herself. It stems from, according to Kay, is that at the dinner, Cynthia ordered oysters, and before Cynthia ate her oysters, Portia took them and was moving them around, and it didn't really look like she was like sniffing them for real, but she was just like picking at them a little bit. And as she's doing this, you see K Michelle's face, because she's sitting right next to Portia, and she looks like really upset. Like, she looks pissed and like, why? What's going on? Because just before they went to dinner, they were in the Sprinter, and in the Sprinter, it comes up, Portia says that Kelly wanted to scissor her, and Kelly's response is, I would never want to scissor that chili cheese Frito Coochie Monster. So she had already brought it up. She brought up the nether regions, okay? That was already a thing. And then they go to dinner. That's where they were on their way to, on the bus, when Kelly said that. And Portia does this. It's silly, it's stupid, and it's on the heels of what Kelly just said about her. For K Michelle to think that was a slight towards her is kind of like trying to connect those dots. Her brain, I don't know how she connected that. The only thing that I can think of is she is so insecure about things, about all the things, that when she saw that, of course it has to be about her. Why wouldn't it be about her? These bitches, they're plotting against me. They're plotting and scheming. What type of plot and scheme is that anyways, to bring up something that your ex said, that none of these women had never said this man's name or anything, don't have connections with him, at least not for the show, on the show, not that I know of. To mention that article and that rumor from almost a decade ago, who does she think, what does she think's going on? What show does she think she on for real? Because that stretch, bitch, Mr. Fantastic, to the high heavens. to make this shit about her. Producers put that article up. I had to search the shit. Now I got all the information. Angela Yee and she done went on the Breakfast Club and she done did and there's this guy and I was like, now I'm in K Michelle's coochie rabbit hole. Didn't want to be here. Didn't who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Now when she could have said something at the dinner, she doesn't say anything. Of course, that's just not what K Michelle does. I don't know what show she thinks she's on. The whole point of the show is you're supposed to bring up your conflicts. You're supposed to put that shit on the floor and then you resolve it. When they were on the Sprinter and they were arguing and they did the chili cheese, they had that little interaction and they went back and forth and then it turned into a group conversation, a positive group conversation. They kick in. K Michelle was like, I don't like how y'all just went from arguing and now everything is cool. Like, what you want me to do? You want me to uppercut this bitch in the Sprinter? Like, I don't understand why as a grown woman you are confused about the nature of Real Housewives, the nature of friendships. The whole nature and culture of this show is that with this group of women and y'all have your disagreements, you have your arguments, but you come back and you do stuff together because that is how the show works. After the dinner, the oysters, the whole fiasco with the funky coochie gate, we come back to breakfast the next morning and all the women are there, no makeup or anything besides K Michelle. They go get K Michelle as they have been doing this whole trip. They gotta go find her, they gotta go chase her, they gotta get her involved. She don't want to be involved in shit. What are you here for? Bravo, tell her not to cash that check, get it back. Once she comes down, they're trying to get her to catch up with the whole conversation and they're asking her about last night and then she starts crying and all the girls kind of like get up and surround her and Portia's down on her knees, like putting her hand on K Michelle on her knee and just like, trying to reassure her. K Michelle is saying that there is a plot and a scheme. And she does not like people like that will plot and scheme to take somebody down. Because at first, it sounds like it may not be her that she's talking about. I'm like, well, who is she riding for so much that she's crying that people trying to take her down? Bitch, it's her. She's crying because somebody's trying to take her down. There is a plot. There is a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit. So she's crying and saying that she doesn't like this and all the faking and the phony. And, she got a call from somebody that gave her a heads up and let her know that they were coming for her and trying to take her down. Like, she's using these big words. That's not even big words, but these like this is so, like, it's so serious. Take her down? Like, is she like a government or something? Like, I don't quite understand how she is getting there. She doesn't want to say who it is. She doesn't bring up any names. Portia, as the person that brought K Michelle on the show as her friend, is telling her like, hey, if I have to, figure it out and do this myself and confront this person myself, I'll do it. Let me know who it is. If it's me, shit, tell me. And Kay doesn't say nothing. She says she's not ready, but that person, them people, they know who they are. They know who they are. Phaedra's fanning her with something, and they all like are really concerned. And this is what I was talking about when if this was Piggy or maybe any other girl on their first season, they would not have treated her like this. That it would have been a couple of them like, why is she crying? Like, what the fuck is going on? And that would have been me, because girl, what a ski. What are we doing? Is this traitors? What do you mean, sister? The camaraderie and which I honestly, seeing all those women be so supportive in that moment, it was a feel good moment. But just to know what K Michelle is going on about makes it silly. It makes it so silly. K Michelle does not say a name, even though they're practically begging her to. But right after that conversation, they kind of split up into groups. Well, K Michelle walks outside, and then they follow her. Shamia, Kelly, and Pinky follow her outside, and all the other women, Phaedra, Portia, Cynthia, Drew. Mrs. Angela, right? They're in a room. When Shamia and them press Kay a little bit, like, who is it? Who is it? She says, Portia, Phaedra, Drew. They're plotting and scheming. And she got a call yesterday about the plot and the scheme. And then she had a conversation with Kelly and with Shamia and let them know about what she was told by this person that we don't know who it is. Girl. And Pinky's just like, what? Oh my God, girl, what? Pinky, Pinky girl. Pinky was very shocked and seemed to buy into everything that Kay Michelle was saying. The other women, they were like, what's going on with her? What's going on? They trying to brainstorm. You know, they putting on their thinking caps and they like, what's going, they connecting the motherfuckers on the circle. And everybody is like, what's going on with Kay Michelle? And I think Drew was like, well, let's check her Twitter because that's what she be doing. Twitter fingers and motherfucker. And why she made a tweet. Again, it's another cryptic thing. It's not like she says anybody. It's just basically what she was saying at the table. And it was something about don't be fake to her face and then, you know, go behind her back trying to plot and scheme. Girl, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, Kay. She made herself the star of this episode. She made herself the star of Coochie Googles. And she did that all on her own. And later on after the breakfast, her and Drew kind of get into it. Again, with Portia sitting right next to her. And it's when her and Drew kind of get buck out of seemingly nowhere, Kay Michelle just is so... It seems like she just gets so angry so quickly in that moment. And Portia is like literally holding her. Kay Michelle is damn near on Portia's lap. She is on Portia's lap. And Portia is holding her back. And it's just like, what is the problem? Who is the problem? What's really going on? I feel like there's a lot going on in Kay Michelle's head that she is perpetuating in real life and making these things come to fruition. These girls are so supportive of her, and I can't believe how unsupportive they are at this moment right now because of just her antics and not just the stuff that she's doing on the show, but then she's going on the internet and then she's clapping back essentially, but doesn't say even half of that to their faces. Like, girl, maybe say something for the reunion. I don't know. So, I mean, if we have to answer what's wrong with Kay Michelle, many things. I think she has a lot of underlying insecurities that she needs to work out and some really intense therapy. I generally just think that's the root of it. And once she can, you know, unpack all of that, okay, fold it up, put it in the drawers, then maybe this can be a better experience for her on the show. I don't want to say, right, we not at the end yet. We're not even at the halfway point. So I don't want to say, you know, don't give her another season. That's kind of, don't be too hasty. But if she does come back, I really do feel like if she was to get some help, that this could be a fruitful experience for her, and she could make some money and she could broaden her audience and she could, you know, change the perception that people have of her. And again, while I'm saying all of this whole episode has been about her. Everything that I've said on this video has been about her. We can't really just be like, no, Kay Michelle can't be on the show. Kay Michelle shouldn't be on the show. I think Kay Michelle got some shit to work out first, okay? She got some little shit to work out. And once she worked that shit out, let's get into it. I do think she has really good potential to be maybe an iconic housewife. You never fucking know. Again, this whole episode, she made a point to make it about herself. Did she do that consciously? No, but she did it. And I mean, this episode was the Kay Michelle show, for better or for worse. I'm very eager to continue the season. Again, I'm waiting for Sunday, anticipating it even. What do you guys think of this season so far? Do you think Kay Michelle is a good fit? Like, let's get into it in the comments. If you want to see more videos and commentary about the Real Housewives, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.